Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. I hope you are doing well. So if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe, share, comment. If you want to check out membership, please do. There's about 24 classes there, plus we do all the lives. Members, make sure that you're checking the community tab and you're making the most out of the playlists that are there. Also, if you do want a reading in February for the new year, go to dianeaquarius.com. So I thought I would take a look today on if we're heading towards World War III. You know, I know there's a lot of concerns, there's a lot of worries. A lot of you have asked me to look at this, to do a reading on it. And I think that's legitimate given, first of all, you know, Pluto is in Aquarius, right? And we know that the last time that happened, we had the French Revolution, the American Revolution, even the Industrial Revolution, right? It's a time of great change. However, the thing that I will remind you, that when we did have those revolutions, it's not like Pluto went into Aquarius and then the next day these things happened, right? It took a little bit of time. But I know right now we're having, you know, a change of power possibly. Let's see what happens, right? You know, I think this could go in a lot of different directions. I do think a lot of it is up to us. I do think that we can manifest what we want to a big degree here. So I do think a lot of it has to do with the collective and where the collective is going. But I also understand that it's a scary time, right? When you look at what's happened with Romania, Georgia, Brazil, you know, what's going on with, you know, Israel, Palestine, Russia, Ukraine, you know, country after country after country. I mean, there's issues with, you know, France and Germany. And so I think it's legitimate, absolutely, to have these fears and concerns. And for the first time, I'm actually feeling like, yeah, maybe something is going to happen. And I really haven't felt like that before. So I'm going to do, as I've done before, a Celtic cross spread. I will use the After Tarot to do any clarifications. And we'll finish up with the Oracle of the Fairies. We'll always end on a high note. Do a 3-card spread. So if you get seasick, look away. I'm going to turn this down. Put it here. All right, so Spirit. What do we need to know about a possible World War III? Is that where we're heading? Is there something that can be shared with us today to help illuminate, shed light on? Interesting that we're starting off with the High Priestess. So the very first card in the Celtic Cross is the Significator card. It's like the card that represents all of it. And it's interesting, the card of secrets, right? Hidden agendas, secret motives, things that you're not seeing with the visual like eyes, like your actual like physical eyes. A lot going on behind the scenes. Okay, so interesting that we get the card of secrets. Obstacle is the Queen of Wands. I am actually going to clarify that because, as some of you may or may not know, that is my Kamala card. So I'm kind of wondering why. Okay, so under conscious thoughts, we get the Moon, which is the card of the unknown. So there's only 2 cards that talk about the unknown. I've pulled 3 cards and we've gotten 2 cards that talk about the unknown. Ace of Wands, subconscious thoughts, in the past, the Lovers, next few months, 8 of Cups, we'll need to clarify that. Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, hopes and fears, 2 of Wands. Oh, well, here's the outcome, Tower. So let's look at why the Queen of Wands is the obstacle. Now, the Queen of Wands in general, she has the black cat, so that does talk about intuition. So that is 2 cards, well, actually 3 cards back to back that talk about intuition and psychic abilities and our gut instinct. But it's also a card of passion, enthusiasm, excitement. And now all of a sudden, all of this is in our obstacle position. Oh my goodness, you can't make this up. So the clarifier for the Queen of Wands, Spirit is saying we're not giving you all the details. The High Priestess, again. Okay, so very interesting. So conscious thoughts, we do have a fear of the unknown, and our psychic, intuition, our gut instinct is all telling us, yeah, this is kind of a scary time. Something could happen. But our subconscious thoughts, we are so ready for a beautiful, fertile new beginning. In the past, the lovers, this is us getting along with others, playing well with others, things being smoother. Archangel Raphael is watching over us. Now, over the next few months, we have the Eight of Wands. That's a walking away from something. And I find it interesting that we get the moon in imagery again here. So lots of, and with the High Priestess, we get the moon imagery. So that's 4 times now we're getting the moon in imagery. So the moon imagery is about the unknown. It's about the divine feminine, intuition. Very, very strange cards indeed. I'm going to just look a little bit deeper at the Tower too, and then we'll get into that. Okay, so if we look at the next few months, there's a walking away from something and pulling within, going within. The Four of Swords isn't always the best card, especially if it's paired with the Eight of Cups, because that could be sickness, injury. It's really not like a wonderful combination. It's interesting how we get the Two of Wands twice. So interesting here. So the Two of Wands we're getting twice. So the Two of Wands is coming up with a plan, a strategy that has something to do with the world. And so quite literally, this is the After Tarot. So this is us partnering up with somebody else as a country. So us partnering up with allies and doing something that's very official, governmental, right? So those are very interesting cards, because if you notice, they're not cards of outright war. Like we're not getting, say, Five of Swords, like you might suspect, or even Five of Wands. There's more tumultuous cards, but these cards are very official, talking about the world, walking away, but maybe walking away kind of injured. So, all right. So the way we see ourselves, so the way the U.S. is seeing itself is the Queen of Pentacles. We provide money, we provide security. There's something nurturing about us, motherly, caregiving, that sort of thing about us. How everybody sees us as a country, Six of Pentacles. We give a lot away. Like we give money away. We share our resources. Something to do with being generous, okay? That's what the meaning, that's the meaning of the Six of Pentacles. Whether you agree or not, that's just what it means. Hopes and fears. I think this is probably a little bit of both. He's looking out, hoping for the best, but also too, there's a little bit of a fear element where we're asking about a world war and he's literally holding the world. So we go out into the future. Well, now, this is such a hodgepodge of cards. So everything falls apart, right? The Tower card. Things come crashing down. But not for everybody. And, I've said this before in my videos, that things can be dire, things can be terrible. But if you do keep your vibration higher than the negativity that's around you, then you can be okay. So, and also too, some people, don't forget, do profit from war, as horrible as that is. This would imply, that we have gone off into a war, say if we're looking back in time, Page of Swords there. And it does make some people quite wealthy. Some people are feeling very fulfilled and content with this. However, there is a loss. I mean, just look at that card without me saying anything. Ten of Swords, obviously there is a loss there. So I think there's a lot to be seen, a lot to yet be determined. I would say as a collective, we do need to be careful of our thoughts, be careful what we wish for, that kind of thing. But there is an element, and sometimes this does happen when you do a reading where the cards don't want to say a firm yes or no. And I think that's because timelines have shifted. So let's finish up here on a good high note here. The Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay. I'm going to take the top 3 and just ask something that you should know right now. And I love these cards. These are some of my favorite cards, to be honest with you. Are you feeling 1, 2, or 3? And feel free to pause if you want to. Number 1, wait for winter. So if there was something that you were planning on, this is very much a timing card. During the colder months, the Fairy Queen of Winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So yeah, there's a little bit of a wait, but you know what? Winter's around the corner, okay? Number 2, abundance. Beautiful. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. And number 3, tree wisdom. Look how beautiful this card is. Try to get it below the ring light. This tree dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sound it makes. Interesting. So it's saying almost like ground yourself, get out in nature, connect with trees, but also connect with music. She has the flute, use the vibration of music. And maybe where they're actually specifically saying the flute, maybe there's something with flute music that you should be listening to help ground yourself and to help yourself manifest. So, all right, everybody, it was a pleasure making this video. Keep the faith. We're going to be okay. I promise we'll get through this. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share, check out membership. And if you do want a reading in February, go to DianaAquarius.com. Bye, everyone.